This semester, I went on an internship to Mexico to work in my family business. You'll see mainly on this recording how my company installs the roof on the chapel besides the temple in Puebla, Mexico. All right, I got 5 seconds of free time, which means I gotta fix some stuff while I talk. So, what I learned this week was that one little thing goes wrong and everything goes bad, or everything gets behind. It's been pretty hectic. For example, right now, a lot of guys are being let off. I don't know how you say it in English, so it doesn't sound as bad, but we're not gonna need them anymore here in the construction site, which they're great guys. I hate having to let them go because they've been here since the beginning of this company. But since this company doesn't have a consistent job, we cannot have them consistently. So it's kind of scary, kind of sad. This video was recorded in my camper office that is located in the side of the chapel that is beside the temple of Puebla. Now I was a subcontractor for this company called Toyan, and Toyan was working for Haskell, the Haskell company here in Mexico. They won the bid to work here in the temple, and there has been a lot of changes. As you can see, I'm going down the scaffold because it started to rain really bad. But this was a big learning curve. To begin with, Haskell has a big commitment to safety. That's their motto: safety first. And it was something that in Mexico people are not used to. Safety is not a big thing in Mexico. Of course, people try to be safe when they do work, but you can see that is not as much as Haskell does. Something I learned in Haskell was the safety measures, their rules, their quality rules, how important it is to them. I got to see little details that they noticed that I didn't, even though this company has been going in my family for 20 years. I'm gonna say Haskell, they're hard. They're hard to work for. If they don't like something, it's not gonna work. As you can see there, the bricks, they did not accept the bricks and I'm pretty sure they're still not accepting them because some of them are not perfect. They're not leveled, or they are sticking out more than others. That is something that has taken a lot of people that are working there aback. They didn't know that was something that they had to get perfection on. Now, as I said, safety in Haskell is big. It's really big. As you can see, everyone there has their helmet, their glove, their shoes with steel toe for protection in case something falls. And if you take it off, you have like a little card on your pocket with your name, your blood type, your emergency contact. And if you break a rule, they punch you. Ponchar, here we call him. It was big. If you got 3 punches, you're out. Or if it's something big, for example, one of our guys dropped a tool. Unfortunately, nobody was down on the main floor. They didn't tie up a tool and it fell. Now that is something the subcontractors do not want to happen. They need their workers. They need their workers to be there at all times. But unfortunately, when that happened, the worker had to be laid off for about 6 days at most. And your team was not filled. Your team was incomplete. And that is something that is not good. Because here is go, go, go. We usually go inside a chapel to put on the roof. As you can see, my guys are picking up a piece of SIP panel. A SIP panel is a structurally insulated panel. Now this panel is special because it has a really nice roof shape on top. It gives it a nice look, like an old Mexican house. Inside of it, there's high density polyester, and on the other side it's another sheet of aluminum. Now they had to pick it up really safely. We are using here more guys than we usually do, but here there was a rule that every worker could only carry 20 kilograms. So our workers couldn't we had to use more workers than we usually did. So as I was saying, when your team is incomplete, it stops work or it slows it down, especially because of the weight limit that every worker can carry. Now, this worksite was go, go, go. We usually come into the chapels when all the brick on the walls is complete, all the inside is almost done, the windows are installed. But here, no. You have to be there and you have to manage and coordinate with the people that are working around you to get your work done. Something else I learned about in this construction site is that safety is first. I felt way safer working with my team there because they were strapped on. Usually, as you can see them, since it's Mexico and safety rules are not big, and since I didn't know much about safety until last semester, my team was left pretty much without harness, without pretty much without any safety equipment. Of course, we will only let the people on top that knew how to be on top, but it still didn't feel safe. Fortunately for this construction site, the team are working. So on the future projects, as you can see, I worked on another project. On the future projects, we will be working way more on this safety issue. Furthermore, something else I learned this internship is that bidding and the accuracy of your bid is super important. Unfortunately for us in my construction company here in Mexico, the bidding was not specific. Specificity is super important. Now, this hurt us a lot because when we got into this project, all this safety rules, safety equipment, information was not given to us. They did not give us all this information and requirements to be able to work before we signed the contract. This led for us to put our money of our pockets into buying, as you can see, the harness, the lifelines, everything. We had to put in our money, and currently that has damaged our company quite a bit. And it is something that was big in this construction company. Pretty much almost every single subcontractor was not informed of all this safety information, safety rules. And when they saw their contract, when they signed the contract, they were locked. And once they got into the project and noticed they could not go in because of so many things they didn't have, that hurt a lot of people there. So in the next projects that I got to bid, I was specific. I specify even the color of the helmets, the color of the vest, the type of scaffolding that we're using, the type of things we would need, and restrictions. For example, if something was not informed in the contract or in an email before we signed the contract, we will have to put an addendum or have to get paid more to be able to fulfill the requirements. And this way, for the future projects, I have been able to be protected and protect my company and my workers to have job, to have money. Because in this site, it was a big hit to our economic stability of the company. I have also been learning a lot about how my construction company works. Now, this was super important because a lot of times here in Mexico, my family was working and I would be studying in BYU, Idaho, and had to take care of pretty much a lot of financial stuff and a lot about paying tickets and paying the workers, but did not get to see the work one on one. Did not get to meet the guys a lot. I did not get to see the process. And I was super, super impressed about their efficiency of work, even in these hard circumstances of super intense vigilance on the workers. I got to understand how a construction site works. I got to understand how important communication is. Now, I say this because communication in this construction site was on point. There was a chat for every single thing, and we used WhatsApp to contact each other. There was a chat for the safety team. There was a chat for reports. Daily reports had to be given out before 8 a.m. So the last day report had to be in. They will report it, and if you didn't get reported, they'll be calling you for a long time. As you can see here, we're working on another project. This project is using another SIP panel that on the outside, the aluminum on the outside, is specially made to be watered every day and have a start to rust. Now I know rust on your construction site. Yes, I know it sounds sketchy, but trust me, this looks beautiful. And the aluminum on the outside is made so that it can only rust to a certain point. As you can see here, The construction site is way different than the one brought by Haskell. The rules and the things are way different, but this is something we're constantly working on. And to finish, this is my internship. It has been a great learning experience. I learned so many things, and I'm thankful for having this opportunity.